Hello folks, today I'm making this video to show you how to replace your knuckles and your hubs on your SCX10. In this case, we're going to be switching them out to aluminum parts, but this works the same for any brand aluminum part or if you're replacing them with the stock plastics. As you can see on this side, I have already replaced them. This is a good upgrade for your SCX10 as these stock plastic components tend to break quite frequently. To complete this, we need a 2mm driver, a 1.5mm driver, your standard 4-way hex wrench, and you may or may not need a pair of pliers. To get started, we need to take off the cap here, which just twists off. It should come off by hand, however, you may need to use a pair of pliers, and underneath that is a wheel nut, which will come off with the 4-way wrench. Next, we'll need to remove the hex right behind. On the SX10, these are locking. We'll have to rotate this over until we find the screw here. Little set screw right here. It's a 1.5mm. Use our driver to take that off. You just have to back it off 1 or 2 turns and it'll slide right off. Behind that is a little pin. Try not to lose this. This is essential. After that, to remove the knuckle here, there's 1 screw here, 1 screw on the top, and 1 screw right here. We'll go ahead and remove those. And this will pull right off. Now in your case you may be upgrading or this may be broken, but there are these little flange pipes in here. Make sure you don't lose those if you're replacing them with the stock ones. There will be 2. And this will pull right out. Now in this case, since we're going with aluminum, we need the ball bearings out of here and need to press them in here. Sometimes they'll fall right out, otherwise you can take any driver and just push them out. Okay, we have our bearings here. We'll go ahead and put those in the new knuckles. It may take a try or two because since these are aluminum, they are very much not forgiving. Back bearing is in, and front bearing is in. Now we can slide this back in for safekeeping. Now these aluminum knuckles came with new flange pipes. When we go to put this back together, I'll use the new ones, although I'm pretty sure they're identical to the OEM stock axial components. Now if you just are replacing these, you can go ahead and bolt these on in the reverse order, or continue watching on how to replace the hubs here. There's 2 screws on either side here. They're both 2mm, so we'll go ahead and take those off. It's always a good idea to keep your screws organized so you know which came out of where. In this case, I'm pretty sure that every screw we're removing is the same length with the exception of the shoulder screw for the tie rod here. So these 2 screws are out. And pull this knuckle off. Set that aside. And here we have the new aluminum knuckle. And slide that on. If you notice in the back here, it's notched on both sides, so it goes on only one way. There we go. Now this aftermarket aluminum knuckle came with new screws. However, these are machine thread, while the ones that came out of it were a coarse thread. Since this is going back into the same plastic, I'm going to use the old screws. Get them started. When tightening, just make sure they're snug. You don't have to worry about cranking them down. This isn't a full-size car. 1/10 scale, 1/10 torque. It's a good way to look at it. So there we go. That's on. So back to here. When putting the flange pipes back in here, you can use a little bit of grease to tack them in and keep them in place. I unfortunately don't happen to have any at this very second, so I'm going to slide these in and hope they don't fall out. Put this through. Now if we turn this right side up or upside down, the flange pipes are going to fall out. So try to keep it horizontal to earth and move the truck instead of the pipes. Boom, just like that. Now the knuckles here also came with machine thread screws. I'm going to use these since these are going into an aluminum knuckle and they are already tapped for the machine threads. Get those started. In this case, these screws happen to be a Phillips head, so use a Phillips driver. If you're replacing yours with the stock components, you won't need to worry about this. Here's the shoulder screw, already with the machine thread on the end, and that'll get threaded right back into the knuckle here. Now it's always a good idea when putting aluminum parts to add a little bit of blue thread lock or removable thread lock so that they don't come apart while you're driving. Put the pin back through the axle. Put the hex back on. And tighten with your 1.5 millimeter. That's just about it. Here's how it looks. Both hub and knuckle. Nice and shiny and new. Grab our wheel. Put that back on with the nut. And then if you want, you can put the little plastic cap back on for decoration. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope this video was informative, and I hope you fix your SCX10. Have a great day.